aside from all of that, in the interest of transparency about myself and my take on things and the reason why I guess I don't feel so much remorse about what I've consumed in terms of content. I honestly believe deeply, like 100%, that like the reason why you had Catholic priests molesting little boys and everything is because these priests took a vow of celibacy and thus denied themselves and practiced an asceticism, and a practice of self denial that was so extreme that it backfired horrendously and ended up, manifesting in deformed versions of sexuality that, men suffered at the hands of Catholic priests who molested little boys when in reality these men were probably, attracted to women, but they had to suppress their, attraction to such a huge extent because of this vow, of celibacy that it ended up, coming out in the only way that it could and everything. And so it ended up, when we often find that when we suppress sexuality and, basic human drives like that to such a huge extent, what ends up happening is that it blows up on people and ends up coming out in vile and absolutely deformed ways. And it's like it's like sexuality has a current of energy of itself, like like that whole idea of orgone energy by that one person, and everything that when you suppress it, when you kick it down and everything, it just roars back to life in ways that these are all deformed manifestations of our own, you know sex negative culture that has done everything it possibly can to, you know make something that is, quite natural and human into something that is vile and wicked, and that needs to be, carefully controlled and everything. That's so, do I feel like a monster for what I consume? No, because I'm more worried about the monster I would be if I didn't.